There's been some research on this actually, and out of all business sizes, the small business community were the ones that were least likely to move to the cloud, and the biggest reason they cited was the just lack of awareness or understanding of what and how and why they would use that.
It's not so much fear as a lack of awareness in many businesses of the speed at which consumer behaviour is changing, business models are evolving. Everything's doubling every 18 months, and that trend is hitting your customers' behaviour. And if you're busy running a business, trying to make paychecks, you don't have time to keep informed. And it's an irony because it's the small teams of highly motivated entrepreneurs who have a major advantage now against the big incumbent businesses.
We're, relatively speaking, quite an old platform. So for us, changing anything is quite painful because what we were built on initially, and the language we used, feels like it's a big step to change. But I can tell you, every single adoption of new technology we've made has been worth it in the long run. So even if you have a transition change of 2 or 3 months, it's worth it by far for the efficiencies changed. Twice as many men start small businesses as women, and my contention is, from my just generally picking up stuff from the women of Mumsnet and Gransnet as to what puts them off, is that they have less confidence in their ability, but equally that they have fewer pipe dreams that really haven't been well researched. So I suspect that a lot of those startups should never have been startups, and those decisions were not well researched because men have unbounded confidence in their own ability to just be right without necessarily checking the market. I've always contended that Dad's net would not fly because there would be no, am I being unreasonable? It would be, I'm right, I'm getting on with it, and there you go.
We did research, we stood on the streets of Shoreditch and we just asked a couple of hundred people, would you come and eat cereal? Would you come would you buy what we're going to sell? And that was the best advice that we could get, was actually speaking to customers to see if they would come.
A big complaint I hear from a lot of startups in areas of East London, among others, is there isn't a free market in access to fast fibre broadband. And without naming names, there are companies which have big towers in the Fitzrovia area of the UK that are not always on the entrepreneur side. And we're in a world now where access to fast, reliable broadband is a human right. It's as important as having water and electricity coming in. And I think the one thing that government should be doing is creating a plural, free market where it's easy for the customer, the business customer, to change, just as they have done with bank accounts, making them easier to change. Every business is, whether it understands it or not, becoming a digital business, otherwise you won't survive. And that means bricks and mortar stores have to think our market is that global market, both in terms of reaching the people who love us to delivering services. And that means we're just at the beginning of this transition. And it's a massive opportunity for the people developing the tools to make life easier for the entrepreneur. We're in a world where everything is going to be online, every item is going to have a sensor, there's going to be ubiquitous connectivity, and if you're an entrepreneur, you see a big opportunity.